And welcome to part 2. So now that Fleagle is dead and their ship, the pig ship, is done for, it's time to head to... Oh god, I forget the name of the... like, Devototropolis? Like, it's something crazy.
Yeah, since the pigs were aliens, they sort of, I mean, you know, they didn't just leave after they were defeated. They have actually established their own empire on the planet they invaded in the first place. So this is that empire?
Yep.
It's gorgeous.
By the way, the background of this is pretty much taken also from Aliens 3. The smokestacks and just the gray skies. And yes, this is the Devotindos Empire, led by Emperor Devotindos. By now he has kidnapped Princess Sherry, and attempt to blackmail the king into surrendering the key of the seal so he can get his planet ship activated and go take over other worlds. I also love this. This stage can be hard to sell because Spark's hitbox is gigantic. I also love the one dumb pig soldier who happened to get himself trapped, probably super glued to a rocket. And this, any Konami fan should know this boss. It's the Big Core from Gradius. I think he's in Life Force as well. Yep, and they fire out at the same rate as any of them. You just put them on the little walker thing right there. So yeah, it's tempting to try and spread the needle of them, but again, it's so hard to tell his hitbox that you're just better off completely ignoring them. I love that sound effect too.
Once again, another thing that is just like, due to the limitations of the sound and what the Genesis could do, what all these old systems could do, it's sort of like, it's kind of like a weird thing you would never think you'd ever hear, but it feels interesting.
Yep.
It feels good in your ears.
So yeah, you can dodge this attack by just hugging the corners. I mean, he also dies pretty fast, and time for Spark to do what he does best: slam his head into something.
Bam.
So this whole segment is kind of a like marathon of another, more mini segments. Those guys are completely indestructible. You cannot kill them, and they're pretty much made of another boss from Contra 3 with the spikes. I think his shield is actually those spikes. So I love this part because they kind of show you in a room with a ever-spawning 1-up what they can do, and then they put you in 2 or 3 segments of running away from them.
Huh. You don't want what they have. You don't want what they have to offer.
No, you do not. Now, the cool thing about this is, by now you've been using your jetpack, and it's very tempting to use the jetpack to get away from them as fast as you can.
Yeah.
Don't do that, because you're going to end up crashing into walls and bouncing right back at them.
Huh.
And they also have a little kind of Mario reference there with the...
Oh, the bridge in the lava. That's
Yep.
great.
So, this, I just call this mini-boss the Machine, and it's fucking hard to tell. Because again, like I was saying before, with the bounce back and charging,
you can crush yourself.
You can crush yourself so hard. So if you jump from here and then fire across the screen, see how you barely make it?
Yeah.
If you start walking and you're midway across it and then you fire it, you're gonna crush yourself.
Ooh, even there.
Yep, you can't run across it in time, and you have to like fire and then immediately turn around. But it's so tempting to just start running to the middle of the room and do that. So they have another, kind of like with the Invincible Soldier, they have another segment here where you can kind of do it in a controlled room, and then you have to do the hard part. But you have these little platforms that you go up and down by hitting left or right. It's a great way to kind of have late game, new mechanics late game, but not really punish people for not picking them up right away.
Right. Yeah, it's just a new mechanic. It's not a punishing new mechanic. It's just a new mechanic.
Exactly. So they kind of have this room where you can try it out, feel comfortable with it. That way, by now, you know, you've been playing now for probably a day, a few days if you want to get good at this game.
Yeah.
So if you made it this far, you're not going to die because you're not going to get a game over because you didn't know that those pig things were indestructible. You pick up the one up way before that.
Made those spikes very visually apparent.
Yep, I do the crazy thing here and go up. I do not recommend you do this.
Ooh.
Because you can get a 1-up,
Oh,
but you are so going to die. On previous attempts of me playing this game, like, I cannot tell you how many times I died trying to get that. It's not worth it, but... I just love his little smug face.
Yeah.
It's like, yep, we got it.
Who got it? Damn. Well done.
So here we have my favorite boss fight of the entire game.
Yes.
And this is also the most stressful part of the entire game. So, yeah, you want to run as fast as you can. There's one thing of bananas hidden in a corner somewhere, which I do not know why anyone would be dumb enough to get that. But, much like with the other parts, they give you a 1-up if you can make it to that part.
Man,
so
that's
you're almost
stressful.
never gonna get a game over for this. And you're gonna need that 1-up because it's really easy to die in this fight. But Rock'em Sock'em Robots!
Awesome. I know, like I told you before, the lighting on the robots right here is so cool. Just because they make them look like there's lighting underneath or light coming at a specific point, and it just makes the robots just pop.
I just love the speed in which you attack.
Oh, it's so cool. Yeah, no, yeah, really, those arms move so fast.
So it takes you 4 hits to die, and it takes Axel about 10. Cheap bastard. So what happens is for the first couple of attacks, he'll give it to you. You can get about 4 hits on him easy, and so you think you got it, and as soon as you start moving in on him, he'll wallop on you. So what you want to do is start to get close to him, and then wait until he swings at you, take a step back, a step forward, and then throw a punch.
Okay.
We both box max, we both know a little bit about that.
Oh, yes.
And I just love that, you know, it pauses on whatever your last action was, so it just paused on Sparks' really pissed off face.
I'm gonna fucking kill you, you piece of shit.
10 years of waiting.
Almost looked like he didn't mean for that to happen.
Whoops! So yeah, by now he has found the key to the seal, or whatever the fuck the item is.
Out to the ship.
And no, I think it's literally called the key to the seal.
Oh,
and now they're flying off back to the Pigstar, or maybe that was the Pigstar that flew away. I don't really know.
Yeah.
I just know
I think that
it's
thing
fucking
in the sky
space-time.
was actually the Pigstar. That thing that was already, you know, above in space.
Have they mentioned there's also a ship that got stranded on Earth? I don't
that
get
got
it.
stranded on Earth. Oh, so maybe it was.
So yeah, again, any Konami fan should know what's going on here. It's Grudges. Only instead of the options, you get an apple. And by the way, the apple on hard mode doesn't restore any health.
What? Then what does it do? Just points?
Yeah, just points.
Oh.
And the bananas go from restoring 3 HP to, I think it goes from restoring 4 to like 1 HP.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
Yeah, hard mode in this game is really hard. Also, fuck these meteors, because they will fly out of nowhere, and some of them are disguised, and will fire missiles at you. You get hit a lot in the stage, but it's okay, because they have that little mini game there. If you swing at a pig head, you get 4 pig heads, but if you swing at a meteor, you get 5 apples.
Oh, really?
So it's very easy to recover all your health in this game.
Huh.
So I don't really know what this guy is supposed to be.
Do you think he might be a reference?
I don't know. If he is, I don't know it. It just kind of reminded me of like a grandfather just like flapping his gums.
Yeah, really. Huge jaw. Oh, nice.
So yeah, it's very easy to get all your health back. So you can try and kill all these pig guys. I don't, because Axel fucking just annihilates them all for you.
So cool.
So it's really easy to get a lot of hits in on Axel when he does that, but he won't actually die unless you can deliver the final blow in this segment.
Oh.
It's kind of weird. Here it comes again. Maybe it wasn't such a smart idea to give that to Axel. By the way, I also like that all these pigs and Axel, they all need the precious spacesuit to be able to breathe. And meanwhile, fucking Sparkster is just, I got my goggles, I'm fine.
Exactly. Or actually, he forgot that he has to. Then when he realizes it, he asphyxiates it. Oh, no.
Yeah, see, I had to deliver the last couple of hits right there. I also like that for this entire fight, your gauge is just permanently up.
Yeah, right.
Like whenever you're flying. So, this is the space boss, and it's tempting because you want to take out all those turrets, but it's almost kind of advisable not to.
Yeah.
Because, again, if you touch the ship, you're gonna get about 3 hearts taken away. If you get hit by one of the apples, it does... one of the tomatoes, you get maybe half a heart. I would only really recommend taking out the one by the spikes, but you get a better shot at taking out later on.
Is it teleporting?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, because you can change your trajectory.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
that's the, I remember the first time I saw this boss, I'm thinking to myself, how am I actually going to kill it? It's at like a completely bad angle. And that's how it teleports for you.
Now at the front of that ship, it's a mouth.
Yep. So again, like with most bosses, you want to try and get as close to it as possible without taking damage, and just start swinging up close.
And just hit those exposed cores.
Yep. Because you get invulnerability frames when you swing, your enemies don't.
Huh.
But then they counter it with the boss like this that can only get hit at very specific times. So this part, it's not that tough to not get hit here, but it kind of counts on you taking a lot of damage in fighting that. By the way, I love it, this attack when it jumps around is almost identical to a jumping pattern from another boss from Hardcore that I put in. And I didn't put in a video for it, but that eye laser that tracks you around is also from Contra 3 with the Snatcher boss.
Yeah, you showed me that. I was like, wow, that looks exactly like a Snatcher.
It is. So yeah, that attack is really intimidating when it's swinging around. It's about the only thing that can really hurt you, because again, touch it takes 3 hearts away. But if you hide up in the corner right there, you're fine. It'll never touch you. So really, the only damage you're going to take at this part of the fight is by the tomato, but it kind of counts on you taking a lot of damage up to now, so one hit can still be bad.
Yeah.
I usually get by this fight at the skin of my teeth. I actually did a pretty good job here. And it's just like a really long battle.
Yeah, with patience. Cool.
For a while, I thought that ship might have been the one that flew away, but you annihilated it,
you
so...
blew it up for like, oh, am I done?
With a lot of things in this game, just try not to question it and have a good time.
Oh yeah, exactly. You never question the logic of older games. They're just fun.
God, that's just so fucking cool looking.
Yeah, it is really cool looking.
So here we are. We're at the final stage and at the final boss.
Wow.
Emperor Devotindos. God, fuck. Devotindos. And he's hard as shit. Because those attacks come out really fast, you can't rocket under them. Like I tried to rocket there and it just repelled me back.
Oh wow.
And the second he transforms and moves, he fires out a shot. And it's almost always going to catch you. He is a pain in the ass. The only way to really do good at him is you have to be really good with your charging. Because if you charge your shot, it's possible to get him in a loop.
Oh my god.
You have to only get hit one time.
Whoa.
Yep, he is a robot. I mean, all the enemies so far have been pigs and robots so far, so why wouldn't he be a pig robot?
Whoa.
So, normally, those two come right next to each other. I managed to catch him just as I flew apart. And, by the way, psych out, that wasn't the final boss. But yeah, if you can catch that, both of them apart, you can hit him a lot as he's bringing the two of them together. That was completely accidental. I did not mean for that to happen. So these pig robot things do a ton of damage, and if you're playing on hard or very hard,
Instant death?
no, you can only damage them by doing a charge
Oh, man.
tackle at them. Now, they also are a little confusing because you see them kind of go back and forth.
Yeah.
A lot of people think they have to keep a certain distance away from them in order to do that. No, what happens is they start at one point, they go left, they go right, they go further left, they go further right, they go further left, they go further right. We'll see that in the next part, but right now we got the showdown.
Oh, this is the last battle with Axel.
Yep. So Axel swings as fast as you do, and he's a pain in the ass. Because he can recover really fast, he can swing his sword.
It looks like, are your shots deflecting his?
Yeah, because I'm timing them out really well. Normally his can also take you out really easily. Ideally what you want to do is you want to see where he's going to land and stand not on it but near it. Because if he's near you, he'll always go back to one of the corners.
Okay.
And also don't be an idiot like me, because he can still damage you during this part.
Oh, jeez.
So now, what the game really wants you to do is fall back on one of the other two beams
To avoid.
and let him move closer in your range, and then fly up and strike him. I don't advise it.
Yeah, this seems like a solid strategy. I'm assuming he's not going to change this attack pattern.
Nope. What's actually happening is, you see when I swing the sword, Sparkster kind of goes back just a little bit.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
If you can time it up so that basically Axel will fire his bullets and then change his arc pattern depending on where you are.
Huh.
So if you can swing the sword so that you're just a little bit back,
He'll be pulling his arc in towards you a little bit?
just equally as close.
Oh, wow.
So you can actually hit him with the tail end of your beam.
That's some meta shit.
And he doesn't take that many hits to actually take out of this phase, so...
I assume this is the last phase?
Nope.
Oh, no.
Nope. He does not go down easy. It also makes me wonder, if we can fly through space on unlimited jetpack, why can't we use unlimited jetpack like now?
I know.
I mean, it kind of made sense for, I think she gave him magic before he flew into space, but we've had this before.
Yeah.
So yeah, for this part, he basically flies and swings into you. And here's the part that sucks, when he's spinning, it may look like you're damaging him, but you're not.
Oh, you're not? Oh, damn.
So what you really want to do here is kind of stop attacking as much.
Yeah.
I try and get in a quick hit if I can, but if you kind of stay, I think, towards like one of the sides and don't really attack as much, he'll come closer to you. Like he'll arc in towards you and let you get a couple really good hits in on him. But you're also running the risk of getting hit, so it's a tough fight. I also love that as soon as he kind of opens the hatch, space behind you goes even more fucking nuts.
Oh, yeah. See you later, Axel.
He just looks so happy when he's flying up.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have one last part with these pig robots, and they kind of trick you out by you know, you're thinking, okay, I can run back to a safe spot and be alright.
But no, they kept going forward, they didn't go backwards.
Well, what they do is they they'll always go to, regardless of where you are, they'll go to the same spot. Like, he'll never go down that step until he comes back for his second pass. And eventually, if you give them enough time, they'll just they'll walk through the entire room. And this part sucks, because you kind of want to shoot down at him.
Yeah.
But, don't. Like, I even got faked out there. And here's also another shitty thing about these guys. When they die, it takes them a second.
I was gonna say, because it looked like they exploded, but it wasn't because of the contact hit. It was
yeah,
like...
it's an after effect thing. So I've had times where I've killed them and they've still lived.
Jeez. Oh, so there's stuff in there.
Yeah, this is the room right before the final boss.
Okay.
The actual final boss. And yeah, we kind of need it.
Yeah, I remember this final boss. I remember I couldn't beat it back when I was a kid. So.
See, I always thought this boss was actually, I found him a lot easier than everything else in.
Yeah.
You just have to use the jetpack to your advantage. So yeah, pretty much this is. I'm still not 100% sure who the final boss is supposed to be. We know that their leader was a robot, but I guess this is his AI uploaded.
It looks like, yeah. This is the core of that.
I've heard some people say this is actually the pig star itself, like it's subconscious, or its AI, or so. It's kind of easy to see what you got to do here, but you have to just continually hit its weak spot, and it'll do a lot of attacks. A lot of them are easy to avoid once you kind of know them. I also like whenever it like falls down after getting hit, it looks so much like the brain from Contra 3. Like, it even kind of has like a little bit of brain, like
it does, yeah.
Like metal veins and stuff.
Not necessarily, not symmetrical, very like sort of, it looks like, yeah. Like
if you had to ask me what a robotic brain looked like,
I would say that.
I would say that, yeah. And much like the final boss in Contra 3, it has that like random element to it.
Yes.
Because I don't know if you beat Contra 3, but the final boss in that pretty much has different spheres that it can will do different attacks. Some give you a chance to damage it, some don't. So by now we're at its final phase where it just goes hog wild.
Ooh, wow.
Those things hurt if they touch you, but if you
at the ends or also the
everything.
Everything.
Yeah. But if you fly at it, you can pass through pretty much all of it without taking any damage.
Okay, I just want to notice. I was just like, it looked like you didn't take damage. I wasn't sure.
By this point, it gets a lot closer to you than it does in other forms. So it's kind of good to just like kind of hop up and downstrike it like I'm doing here.
Oh, yeah, I noticed that during that hit phase, it's not going to hurt you either. Doesn't look like it.
And this is its final attack, and it's kind of, if you stand still, it's kind of easy to get into the safe spot for those.
Yeah.
And I mean, it just keeps giving you the plunger right there, as opposed to having to like jump up and navigate it. I think on hard mode, it actually goes up more often.
Oh, there it is. Alright.
There we go. And much like Sonic 2, it's time to run out of a burning shell. So if you're playing on children mode, or easy, this is where the game ends. It just goes right to credits.
But it's not over yet, is it?
Oh, no it's not. This is a Konami game. It just has the final shot of those two stars going after each other, and then it goes right to credits.
Huh.
But, much like Contra 3, you kill the brain, You get on the helicopter to escape, but you're not done yet.
Oh my god.
The good news is, this isn't that tough of a fight.
It's just the sort of last gasp.
We've seen all of his attacks. The only tough thing he does is he will wait till the last second to choose where to go.
Huh.
And as you can see, we're very slowly getting closer to Earth.
So you can't attack, you just have to avoid.
You have to avoid, you cannot attack. I take a bit of damage here on purpose just to make it really close. Because I'm stupid.
Oh, you get for that, baby.
I can't imagine that my escape patch is more resistant than him. I assume he's gotta be made of steel. But I like that he goes down, like, laughing.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I love that final music just sped up just enough.
Yeah. I look at the colors.
I love that little sound effect. And you can also see how much damage the castle has taken.
Yeah, really. Oh shit, that's very wrecked.
The king is so tiny. See, I thought he just left her in the Pig Kingdom.
Yeah, me
I
too.
also like this. He just kind of slowly backs away.
Gotta go.
I really like that ending. No, guy gets the girl or
Yeah,
becomes
it's
king. He doesn't care about power or glory. He's just a knight.
Right, gotta go. That's it.
That's it.
Well, thank you for sharing this. This was fantastic. And actually, I don't think I've seen this credit sequence, so this is kind of exciting.
Yep, they would later go on to make a little confusing with the games that followed, because you had Sparkster, which was for Genesis Rocket Knight Adventures 2. You would have Sparkster for SNES, which didn't have a subtitle, and then you would later have Rocket Knight, which got released on Steam, next-gen consoles, what have you. I had played a little bit of the Super Nintendo one, and I played all the remake. I wouldn't say they're bad games, but for some reason they never got this one
No, definitely not.
to this level again.
Playing that remake, or I should say, I guess that reboot on Steam, it just feels like a sort of competent platformer. It doesn't really have an edge to it that makes it have the same speed and momentum that Rocket Knight Adventures did. Like, it doesn't really have any that heart and soul that this game had.
As far as I could tell, the SNES one was the closest thing to it. Had a couple new stages, but it kept a lot of the feel for this game. But
yeah.
none of them had, that... They could never get the blade right.
Michiru Yamane,
Yep.
she composed Wild Arms. She does a lot of awesome music.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. That's crazy. Sorry, but anyway, continue. What were you saying?
I forget. That was way more important than whatever the hell I had to say.
Oh. Tappy. Hey. He composed the first two Metal Gears and then Metal Gear Solid 1. And he also made the main theme for Metal Gear Solid that everybody loves.
Oh,
Wow,
man.
that's crazy.
A lot of good times, a lot of good people on this team.
Yeah, really. I wonder if... Do you know if this team, I guess the majority of this team got back together to make another game? Or did they actually work on Sparkster?
I don't really know, to be completely honest. I think it was another team. I pretty much think the team that made this one went on to do, I keep forgetting if Hardcore came after this or before. I think Alien Wars came out before this, but they went on to just make, other games for Genesis, other games for Super Nintendo, and then eventually Shattered Soldier.
Wow.
And just to show it off, I decided to show what hard mode is like.
Oh.
Yep. Don't play this game on hard mode. Because it is the biggest fuck you I remember playing this as a kid. I'm like, oh, I'm good at video games. I can do hard mode, and then I just fucking died.
Let's check this out.
Love the title screen, by the way. It's like 1, 2, fuck you.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Let's go. Hurry up.
Well, you start out, you go left,
Oh my god, are you serious?
1 hit, done.
That's insane.
Yep. All right. Thank you very much for listening. Have a great night. Catch you guys later.
Take care.